Okay, so from the beginning.
Show me proof that you paid him rent.
Welcome to MsMojo. And in this installment of Versus, we're rendering our verdict on whether Judge Judy Sheindlin or Judge Marilyn Milian has the better long-running court show.
Why would you say that?
Why would I say that?
Yes.
Because I can.
Round 1, theme music. Judge Judy has had a few theme songs throughout the years. When the show premiered in the mid-90s, it sounded a lot different. But as times changed, the show settled on a mashup of Beethoven's Symphony No. 5, with some added percussion and bass.
You are about to enter the courtroom of Judge Judith Sheindlin. This is Judge Judy.
That piece is already known for its severe, stately sound. That's why it's such a perfect theme for Judge Judy. Sure, a TV judge is pretty modern, but Judge Sheindlin is very old-fashioned in her methods. Using a seminal piece of classical music matches Judge Judy's strictness and insistence on a respectful, straight-laced courtroom. Meanwhile, the People's Court has used the same theme since the very first incarnation of the show, and it shows its age.
Both parties have agreed to dismiss their court cases and have their dispute settled here in our forum, the People's Court.
Composed by Alan Stanley II for the British series The Hanged Man, this theme is dramatic and very much echoes the show's theme of justice, law, and order.
Both parties have agreed to drop their claims and have their dispute settled here in our forum, the People's Court.
It's got a driving percussive beat and a bit of funk to it that makes it simultaneously fun and a little ridiculous. But that's exactly what's so great about it. As the litigants walk down the aisle with the narrator's over-the-top introduction to their case and the theme playing, there's always a sense of camp and fun to it.
This is the defendant, Natalie Jean. She says she rented a two-family house from the owner and rented the first floor to the plaintiffs. Then, out of the blue, the owner was foreclosed on and tried kicking everyone out of the house quickly.
Both themes perfectly sum up the different tones of the show they belong to. But in terms of iconic music, we have to go with Judge Judy on this one.
The rulings are final. This is her courtroom. This is Judge Judy.
Winner, Judge Judy. Judge Judy 1, the People's Court 0. Round 2, laying down the law. Let's get to the judges themselves. Judge Sheindlin made her name with her tough, no-nonsense attitude.
I can control them with this little finger. Put the water down. See what I mean?
She makes it clear from the jump that if you're in her courtroom, you're expected to behave in a way she sees fit. If you speak out of turn, speak over her, or don't maintain professional decorum, she might just throw your case out.
Shut up.
I'm sorry.
You keep saying you're sorry. You can't control yourself. Are you on some kind of medication that you can't control yourself? No, I'm asking you a serious question. That's a serious question.
No,
you keep saying I'm sorry,
I
and you keep talking.
When I could interject.
When you could never. Not unless I ask you a question.
Okay,
Furthermore, if you come to court on a case involving a car and you don't have insurance, you're toast.
Doesn't matter. You don't drive a car without insurance.
That's irrelevant.
Not to me it isn't. Maybe to you.
Judge Judy doesn't play about car insurance, negligent dog owners, or people who want help enforcing unlawful contracts. In her courtroom, the law is black and white.
I want to get the dog.
Oh, you say, excuse me, step out.
What did he just say?
Wait here.
Excuse me?
I didn't say none, Your Honor.
I want to know what he just said.
I didn't say none.
Where do you come from?
I come from here.
From here?
Yes, Los Angeles.
He's getting no money. Got it? Neither is she. Got it? You got it?
The atmosphere on the People's Court is not so rigid. Judge Milian demands a certain level of respect, but she's not policing what people do with their hands or whether or not they can get a drink of water. In fact, some litigants have won a case even after admitting to certain unlawful behaviors. That would never fly on Judge Judy. However, that doesn't mean Milian is lenient.
All of these other numbers that she arrives at are just silly.
May I?
No, you may not talk ever again in my court.
You have to earn her contempt, but once you have it, it's hard to shake. And when she finds your conduct truly offensive, hell hath no fury quite like hers.
You have no idea. Do you know what you put these parents through? Do you know the suffering they went through? Do you know the tax dollars that you spent by having this massive manhunt with helicopters going on while you kept your little mouth shut about her whereabouts?
Commanding respect in the courtroom is something these TV judges have in common. But Judge Judy has grown men scared of taking sips of water. So she wins out here. Winner, Judge Judy. Judge Judy 2, The People's Court 0. Round 3. Listening to litigants. Some daytime hosts are interested in your problems. Judge Judy is not.
That's not, just a second.
It's not his
That's
fault.
not his fault.
But you know what? As a mother, I did what I had to do.
You did what you had to do. You have to pay him $4,700.
As she often reminds her guests when they get a little too long-winded or a little too sorry for themselves, she's not Dr. Phil.
Listen to me. You want to talk about your mother and your stepfather's odd relationship, go on Dr. Phil.
Your sob stories do not interest her. Much of her time on the show is spent telling litigants she doesn't care what they have to say.
I don't care.
She
Mr.
wasn't even
Ramirez,
in
I
there,
gotta
Your
tell you
Honor.
something. You're irritating. You're irritating.
Now, at the same time, Your Honor.
Don't talk to me while I'm moving.
Oh, I'm
I
sorry.
can't walk and chew gum at the same time.
She wants her cases cut and dry, without editorializing or nuance. Stray too far from the point, and she will let you know it. And God help you if you get between her and her lunch.
Do you understand what I just
Yes,
said to
ma'am.
you? I said between now and the time we come back from a much-needed lunch, I want you to bring up, during that same time period, cards that you posted for sale. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Perfect.
Judge Milian's approach to law allows her to connect with her litigants. She generally allows them to tell her their vision of events in their own words. More than that, though, she genuinely seems affected by cases that are emotionally challenging.
This case breaks my heart. It really does. All right? Fix it. Just fix it. Fix it. Forgive each other and fix it. Okay? Fix it. Okay? Life is too short and then you're going to end up regretting it later. Fix it. Honor Tiffany by fixing it. You carry your weight around here and make them fix it.
The People's Court doesn't shy away from the details of cases that deal with broken families, loss, and women with low self-esteem being taken advantage of.
And you've got to fix you because you're too young to have no confidence, too young and too pretty to have no confidence like this.
It's clear to see that Milian's entire practice is based in compassion for the people who come through her courtroom. But even she has her limits. If she feels like you're avoiding questions and wasting her time to try to lie, she'll get you right together.
It itches me here and you're scratching me here. You're not answering my questions.
These judges take different approaches to gathering information, but the People's Court gets the win here for Judge Milian's empathy for the people in her courtroom. Winner, the People's Court. Judge Judy 2, the People's Court 1. Round 4, humor. Judge Judy clearly loves a good laugh. The only problem is she's usually laughing at her litigants, not with them.
I called her and I told her I wanted to work things out with Rocio.
Did he ever tell you that?
No.
She's lying.
No. Actually, it's only one liar standing there. That would be you.
It's not that she doesn't like jokes, but in her courtroom, she better be the only one cracking them. While some of her insults can be a little unfair, there's a wicked joy in seeing her skewer someone who really deserves it.
Don't believe.
You don't believe what?
Where did I say that I paid her? I told her I was going to pay for it.
Would you show Shakespeare, please, the emails?
In fact, fans of the show might argue that she's at her best when she's cutting down erring litigants. But even when she's eviscerating somebody in front of millions of people, she can still have a little fun. It's just usually at someone else's expense.
You went to the defendant to have your hair cut. Whatever hair you have left, you wanted to have cut. And she cut your hair too short, so you're suing her for $5,000. Now, that's a ridiculous lawsuit. It's a ridiculous waste of judicial time.
On the other hand, Judge Marilyn Milian of the People's Court is pretty good-humored. Even when her litigants say something truly unhinged, and maybe even illegal, she can find a way to laugh about it.
Well, how long have you been driving?
For a long time. I drove for about 20 years without a driver's license.
Did you get...
And
she said that so proudly.
There's a camaraderie between Milian and the people who come through her courtroom that Sheindlin would never tolerate. But that's what makes Milian lovable. She's definitely interested in connecting with and understanding the people who come to her for help. Milian achieves that through humor.
You gambled and you didn't win the gamble.
That's not what happened. Your
That's exactly what happened.
That's
and
not what
until you see that that's what happened, it's gonna happen to you again.
No.
She's a natural performer, and she gets extra points for letting her audience laugh along with her, because that's not necessarily a given.
Out, 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 out. This is because I fell yesterday off the bench. Okay, I was walking down, I took a hitter, I thought I busted my kneecap. Oh, God, I work with people.
Being funny and having a sense of humor aren't necessarily the same thing. And while Judge Judy is often funny, we have to give this one to Judge Milian and the People's Court. Winner, the People's Court. Judge Judy 2, the People's Court 2.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Round 5, the supporting cast. Every judge has to have a bailiff. Officer Petrie Hawkins Byrd, or Officer Byrd for short, was Judge Sheindlin's trusted court officer for the show's entire run. Stoic, crossword-playing Byrd had as much contempt for the litigants on Judge Judy as the woman herself did.
Do you know what subsequent means?
No.
Okay, so then don't say no, because it did happen subsequently, by the way. Happy birthday.
Thank you very much.
Whenever he had to walk that 5 or so feet to run evidence back and forth, you could always count on Byrd to look completely annoyed. But he and Sheindlin could be hilarious together as well.
I don't make this thing up. How could you make this up? He's suing her for slander and assault because she knocked his hat off.
Often, Sheindlin would ask him to translate modern slang for her. Fans adore these two because though they share a gruff exterior, their affection for each other is real.
I'll holler at you later.
Could you translate that for me?
He said, I'll call you later.
Is that what you said?
Yeah, I'll talk to you later.
On the People's Court, there are generally 3 other people on hand to help Judge Milian out. Bailiff Douglas McIntosh doesn't say much, but as far as court officers go, he's pretty chill. There have even been a few brief, flirty exchanges between him and Milian.
Do you have what I need? Well, I don't know.
You got yelled at too?
While it is completely harmless, since the judge is most definitely married, the banter makes for a playful court environment. What sets the show apart, though, is the interviewer outside the courtroom to twist the knife in a losing party.
You just had the book thrown at you by the judge, and everybody in the country is going to see this. How do you feel about
everybody
this?
in the country, it's over.
It's over?
Yeah.
You think you're coming off good in this?
I guess. It's over.
Are you stupid as I think you are?
Doug Llewellyn was especially good at adding insult to injury in a satisfying and shady way. Presenter Harvey Levin usually gets some color commentary from the crowd outside, but admittedly, it's usually pretty awkward.
Yeah, probably about 72 hours to at least.
You think you have 72 hours?
I think so, as long as it's within a week or so, yeah.
I'm supposed to believe you because you're wearing a 3-piece suit.
Not at all. I just think it's realistically kind of common sense.
I'm just kidding you.
Sometimes less is more. The relationship between Judge Judy and Officer Byrd is too good not to take the win here. Winner, Judge Judy. Judge Judy 3, the People's Court 2. With a final score 3-2, Judge Judy reigns supreme over the kingdom of court shows. And frankly, we'd be scared not to give her the win.
This is what I needed to bring to sign. No. I don't care what anybody told you. I want the title.
Which court show is your favorite? Let us know in the comments.
Forget about. I'm leaving you alone. I'm leaving you alone with the Jeep.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from MsMojo. And be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.